Should you take refactoring permission from your manager? I was reading Refactoring book from Martin Fowler, new edition. In first chapter, he gives in his words the controversial advice. Should you ask for refactoring permission from your manager? What is refactoring? Refactoring is when you make structural changes to your code without changing the behavior of the code. So you have some piece of code like it's calculating payroll and the code is bad, it has all kind of smells, it's hard to understand, and you restructure the code without changing the functionality. Should you take permission from your manager? Martin Fowler gave very controversial advice. He says, no, don't take permission. It makes sense from Martin Fowler's perspective. When he advises refactoring, he advises you should be writing automated unit tests before, and you should be refactoring in small steps, making sure nothing is broken. It is safe technique. I'll give you my thoughts on refactoring, when you should not take permission from your manager and when you should take permission from your manager, your business holders. You should keep everybody in the loop. Uncle Bob said nicely, when you are refactoring, it should not introduce any bug. It's unprofessional, unresponsible if you introduce bugs. If you introduce bugs when there was no need to change the software, it can create problems for the business. Buggy software is not good for business. It doesn't create customer trust. Customer can lose trust in your software. If you introduce bugs during unnecessary refactoring, you can lose trust of your manager, your supervisor. Your reputation will be lost. And I have seen people getting fired or their contracts getting terminated because they were doing unauthorized refactoring to the software. The software was very, very unstable. People were trying to stable the software, and there were people who were making unauthorized changes and introducing more bugs, creating more problems for the business owners, customers. I was a lead and I had a developer, and he said he never uses any refactoring tool. Now I believe Visual Studio has great refactoring capabilities. If you are using there are great third-party tools, ReSharper and others, which make sure when you are refactoring, it doesn't introduce bugs. So if you can refactor, like you're extracting method, renaming some method, moving things between namespaces or packages, there are tools which helps you to do that without creating any side effects and bugs. It's irresponsible not to use those tools. You should be using tools. Not only they reduce bugs, they help you to improve your productivity. So it's professional. If there are tools to do the job which helps you to do it faster without introducing bugs, you should be using that. So when you should refactor if you are already making some changes, you're creating some new features, or you're fixing some bug, and there should be some business case. Is there some security hole, that's why you are refactoring? Is there permission problem? And the third condition, when you are refactoring, there should be automated unit test, and if you have a QA person, QA should be doing regression for that functionality so that no bug is created. So these are the safe conditions to create to do refactoring, redesign. So there are situations where you have to take permissions from everybody on the board. You have to make sure your supervisors, your business owners are in the loop. So there are situations you need to do big surgery. So you have an application, you took some design decision, you use some third-party controls, and the performance is really bad. There are memory issues, and in the production application is blowing up. So you have to do a major redesign. So what I did in that situation is like I took out some part of application where I could do some small changes and show the benefits. So I took a page which was very important. It was important, but not the most important page. But I could show them the benefits of refactoring, how performance improve can improve the responsiveness of the tool, make it more interactive. So I did refactoring on that part after taking permission and showed the results of business owners, and they were very happy, and they gave us permissions to refactor other pieces of the code which were critical to the application. So if you are working on some part of application where nobody uses that feature, there are not many issues, you don't go there. So should be use you should ask yourself whether you should be wasting your time working on that code when there are more important things to work on. You have some features to ship which will become the revenue and help you to get paid. In one company, there was one guy, and he didn't like some things, that objects were not getting destroyed properly. So he made some unauthorized changes to the code, and application stopped working. Next day people came and asked him what happened. He said there was memory bugs, but the software is not working anymore in the production. He said the good part is there are no memory issues. Like, what good your programmer is if it's very memory efficient and but not working in production. Let me give you another example where refactoring didn't work out nicely for us, even we took the permissions. So we were upgrading a software. We were upgrading it from one database to another database. This new database was a column-based technology. It had different SQL standards. But the performance was amazing. The reports, which we used to take 3 hours to run in old database, it used to finish in 5 minutes. So it made great business sense to upgrade this tool. And this tool was very complicated. You could create million on the fly reports. There was no way we could have tested all the reports. So when we made the changes, put to the production, there were some reports were broken. They were giving wrong results. And we faced a lot of heat, and our business unit was not happy. In fact, he was like, he was saying like, oh my God, this upgrade could destroy my career. So we had a discussion, and I asked him like, okay, if I would have asked your team to test it, would your team would have made sure, considering there are so many combinations, it's so many scenarios, would your team would have covered all the scenarios? He admitted his team would have never covered all those scenarios. So in this case, nobody said us thank you. It was such an upgrade. Over the time, software stabilized. People got used to running reports which used to take 3 hours to 5 minutes. They could run very big reports, important reports, which covered more breadth of the database, which they couldn't do before, which was more meaningful to them, give more business value. They got used to that, but nobody said to thank you to us for that Herculean task. Everybody remembered, oh, there was a lot of bugs. So this is an example of refactoring. It didn't give us, it didn't make us look good, but it was okay. So there are situations which when I did not refactor, there was a code. It was very critical code. There were 4,000 line of code. I could have refactored it into 400 lines or 200 or 300, but it was a very complicated code. It could have introduced 100 bugs. So I needed time to understand, and there should have been some business case. If there was some security hole, it was somebody was complaining about the performance. Performance was bad, not that bad. So I never touched that code to refactor. So when you are refactoring, ask yourself why you are refactoring. are you solving some business problem, and what are the consequences. The bottom line is it should not introduce any bugs. Be safe, be professional, be responsible. So friends, if you like this video, watch my other videos in software architecture blog. Also like it, share it, and subscribe to my channel for your regular updates. Connect with me on LinkedIn and Twitter, especially LinkedIn. If you like small summaries of the video, I will be posting a lot of small summaries of the video on LinkedIn. Thanks again.